Hi, I'm Brian Finestein, CEO of St. Clare's Health. I'm here with John Crane. He's going to share with us his journey on prostate cancer and the care he's gotten at St. Clare's. And he's joined by his wife, Wendy, who also played a key element in his care as well. So, John, I'd like you to sort of tell our viewers your story.
All right. Well, it started off that periodically we always went to our GP for physicals and whatnot every 6 months. And during the course of time, my numbers kept going up on my PSA. And finally, my GP says, John, I really think you should see a urologist, which I did, we did. And I went to see Dr. Cabelli, and he treated me. And my wife did some research. And after a number of PSA tests, again, numbers kept going up. My wife suggested that we take this special 4K prostate test. And that gives you a percentage of your chances of cancer. We did that. Dr. Cabelli ordered that. And we did the test, and we came back at an 83% possible cancer. At that point, Dr. Cabelli suggested that we do a biopsy and see where we're at. We went through the process. He did the biopsy. He took 12 samples. Out of the 12 samples, 7 were cancerous. And he says, it's time that we have to do something. And he suggested some names, and my thoughts, first of all, were, if it's cancer, I want it out. I want it removed. Let's get rid of it. But I knew I have friends that have had prostate cancer, and if you catch it early enough, it's the most treatable. But I wanted it out. So we made some phone calls, Wendy made some phone calls, and we met with a surgeon right here at St. Clare's, Dr. Berman. Excellent gentleman, doctor. He went over all of my paperwork, and he told me, John, I can do this. I can do this operation and remove it. Because of your weight, because of your age, I don't recommend it. Because you have more chance of after effects. He says, I would like you to meet with another doctor here that's in charge of our radiation, Dr. Chandra. Thank you. And we did. We met with doctor. He went through all my paperwork, showed me films of what he had planned, the procedure that was planned, and we decided to go that route. He gave me the option. We could have done 45 days of minimal treatment every day, not counting Saturday, Sunday, or I was a candidate for this new 5 treatment program. I had a friend that went the 45 days, and it just beat him up. He didn't do it here. It was at another facility. And I told Doc if I was a candidate, I want to do the 5 procedures. So he started me off. I met with the people in his section, told me what the procedure was going to be, how it worked. I believe it's called True Beam. All right? And that's the way we went. And I did the 5 treatments. Everybody was awesome. From when I walked in the door and Mary downstairs signed me in, okay? The nurses in the next room, they took care of us. Of course, they had questions and whatnot. And then we would meet either with the technicians that did the treatment on me, and then Dr. Chandra would come in and make sure that everything was where it was supposed to be. I did neglect to say that my wife did quite a bit of research on men's prostate. She probably knows more about it than most men. But she could tell you that part of the story. But anyway, I went through the 5 treatments, and Dr. Chandra would meet with me and see if there's any questions, see if there was any after effects. And knock on wood, I was very lucky. I had no after effects, no problems with the True Beam. And again, everybody was just awesome all the way through. It was a pleasure. I can't say it was a pleasure because, but it was. Everybody here was just super. That's all I can
Thanks,
say.
John. So Wendy, tell us about the research you had done on John's behalf.
Well, when Dr. Cabelli told us on October 16th that it was cancerous, he said, go to the Mayo Clinic, go to the American Cancer Society, find out whatever you can find out, and then you have to make a decision. So I did. I went to both sites. I would stay up every night. And then I found on Facebook there was a men's prostate site. Those men are incredible. They welcome the wives or girlfriends. They answered like so many questions as to his age, what to expect, what not to expect. So between them, and then we called a lot of his friends who had prostate surgery, but they were younger. They weren't in their 70s. And once the doctor told him he would probably be incontinent for the rest of his life, he was like, I'm not doing that. So one of our good friends is a radiologist in Connecticut, and she works on CyberKnife, not TrueBeam. And she talked even to her oncologist, and she said, if he was my dad, this is what we'd recommend. So far, they can only project out, I think it's 10 years right now because it's too new. But Dr. Chandra assured us that if we came back 20 years from now, it would be the same 98% effective rate. And he literally took the time to show us on his computer the machine in process on someone, obviously not their face. But I think that helped a lot because you go into the unknown. Like we were scared, I was scared. I think I was more scared than he was and our girls. But by him taking that time just to show us and explain how it has the CAT scan attached or the MRI attached and it goes around it. And then John really lucked out because when he walked in, Dan, the technician, we've known since Little League days. Our grandson and his son were, so it put him so at ease.
Dan Shannon, he was great.
And
Dan is a great guy.
I have to say, the convenience of St. Clare's has always been our top priority. We have come here for almost everything we have because when you're sick or your loved one's sick, that makes a big difference to just travel down the road when you're worried. And we didn't know how the treatments would treat him, how sick he would be. And he, even though we brought him each time, he literally could have driven home after each treatment. It was that simple. Yeah. It really was. So I cannot say enough about the whole thing and the results. To have him feel that well, and that's why I kind of encouraged him that he should talk about it because a lot of guys, it's fearful, and he did so well with it.
So John, you're also part of the prostate support group.
Well, I don't do Facebook.
Okay.
She's on there all the time. So if there's any questions that do come up, she does answer them for me.
Okay.
But
okay.
And we give other men encouragement when they're going through it.
I mean, if anybody asks, this is the way to go. And of course, if you're eligible for it. Some people are not. If the prostate cancer has gone too far, of course. But we were lucky enough that we caught it in time, and we went through the process. And this past January, I've been a year finished with the TrueBeam process. And so far, so good.
Excellent. Nice to hear. Yeah. Thank you, John. Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, viewers, for watching this episode of Let's Talk Health. You can find information on this and future episodes on YouTube, our website, or on Facebook. Thanks again.